Now we're coming up on Nuololo. You can actually hike from that road along the upper ridge all the way down here. Get a pretty nice view of the Nepali coast at the end, but then you got to hike back 6 miles uphill. that's the bad part. Have the beautiful Nepali coast.
You know, we took a boat ride on Sunday. It was pretty awesome. Awesome weather, and the watercolor was amazing.
Yeah, I really like it out here. So that beach on our right, that's actually one big beach connected by a tunnel through that wall of rock there. And that's been in a couple movies. Pirates of the Caribbean shot a scene out here. And Archipelago of Gold, they had a helicopter pilot on crew, and stunt pilot, and they asked him to fly through that tunnel. He agreed. He charged them $50,000 danger pay. Made it through okay. At which point they realized they didn't have any film in the camera.
Oh my gosh.
So they had to ask him to do it again, and he was like, yeah, sure, no problem, guys, but that'll be another 50 grand. So if anyone wants to upgrade the flight, let me know. We can give it a shot. The Honopu Valley here was actually used as a gravesite for some of the chiefs. When a chief dies, they need to protect the body because it's got a certain mana or magical potency, where if it was used for black magic, it could affect the whole clan. So a warrior would volunteer to climb down the sides of the cliffs and bury the bones in here so no one could find them. And then when he was done, he would jump off, sacrifice himself, and take the secret to his grave.
Brothers, sisters walking hand in hand. Have you seen the ocean? Miles and miles of crystal deep blue seas. Can you smell the flowers? Fill the air with fragrances for free.
This large valley on our right, coming up, is Kalalau. And you can get here a couple of ways. If you drive up to the golf ball on the top of the island, you can hike for about 2 miles to get to the back, where there's an overlook looking down into the valley. That's the one where you really need to be careful of the weather, because this gets blocked with clouds all the time. I'd say your best bet is probably like this time of day, like in the morning. And then the other way is to hike. You people camp in here, but you need to take this long hike from KA, so that little bit of beach way up to the north, all the way to here. It's like 13 miles, but feels more like 20 because it's got lots up and down. And the trail is about 3 feet wide and runs all along the sides of cliffs here. So if you look directly out to the right,
Oh yeah, I see it.
goes all the way to the back wall, and then on these like 3 ridges here, that line pretty much right directly beside us, that's our trail.
That looks scary.
Yeah, it's wild.
Ancient gods, their mana still lives here. You will love these islands. Nothing in
The whole thing's on the sides of cliffs. There's even a little spot here called Crawler's Ledge where it gets down to about 10 inches across the trail.
the trip, do you had any chance of looking at any whales or?
Oh yeah. We're towards the end of the season now, so it's a little less common than before, but if you see a big splash, that's almost certainly a whale. The winds are calm right now, so you can, it'll actually stand out. When the winds are too strong, it's all kind of choppy out here, you can't really see them.
the power. Mountain craters throwing lava in the air. Or its green swept beauty. From each island blossoms everywhere. Have you felt its spirit? Ancient gods, their mana still is here.
Some cool sea tunnels through here.
When we took the boat ride, the boat actually went inside the tunnel.
Yeah, if the weather's good, like as long as the water's smooth, they can go inside, but it really depends on weather because it gets amplified. So like if it's like, 2 or 3 feet out here, it'll be like 6 feet inside. So then they can't go. But today it looks really nice.
If you touch the spirit, then the gift of love will lead you here. This is aloha. This is aloha.
Small waterfall here on the right.
This is aloha.
It's not that small. It's pretty pretty long, but by like 800 feet.
Have you seen these islands?
And so there's a smaller version of the hike from KA to Hanakapiai here. That's like kind of like the more normal person version if you don't want to go on like a huge crazy mission. And it's still hilly, like don't get me wrong, it's like a hard 2 miles, but it gives you still a lot of nice views and stuff. And the one thing though is you need to get a hiking permit as well as a parking pass for the parking lot here in the corner. And you kind of need to do all that stuff in advance. It's pretty hard if you wait till the last minute to try and get that stuff sorted. So KA Beach here, this is the northwest corner of the island. Back to civilization. So on this side of the island, especially in the winter, you need to be careful of the current. It can make some of the beaches rather dangerous, so you'll find that the places where people go are like protected from that. So like on Tunnels Beach here, there's like a little protected area where the reef blocks off the current. Tunnels is a cool beach though. Like you can see all the reef in here.
Yeah.
Good snorkeling and diving and stuff in there.
What's the name of the beach?
Tunnels. So there's tunnels in the reef.
So which part of the beach you can see a lot of turtles?
I'm not sure where the turtles are on this beach, or if they particularly like this beach. Mostly I see them in Poipu the most, but they're kind of everywhere. Like it's a lot of turtles out here. But I noticed them a lot, like down at what resort was I at? It was just east of Kaloa, where you guys are staying, but there's like, it's just, I mean, you just look in the waves, that's where they're eating. They're just like in those waves all day, like swimming around. And then at the end of the day, they come onshore. So that if you want to see them on land, like around sunset, that's when they come in. So ahead of us here, we've got Princeville, Honolulu Bay, this big bay here.